Good start by Chamira, but the other two fast bowlers, very expensive. Yeah, Sri Lanka, he's brought himself on. Now can he provide? This Sri Lanka's fifth bowling option. It's mix and match. But if he can get through a couple good overs here to just bring Sri Lanka back in a little bit. Pakistan going at 9-0 at the moment.
I have a feeling that these two left-handers not going to let him settle.
You bowl like that, no one's settling.
Yeah, that's the pressure. I mean, Sri Lanka is not regular right arm off spinner. He's a part-timer, and already Pakistan have established the partnership, so they're not going to allow him to just hang around for too long. This was a little bit wide, had a bit of room to just play that shot. Did it nicely.
Nicely played. He tossed that up. Oh dear, it's raining. Raining boundaries here in Rawalpindi.
You bowl short, he'll deal it differently. But you not allowed to give flight. That was right up there for Saim Ayub to take no risk and play that beautiful drive through that gap. There was a huge gap there between cover and mid-off. Easy pickings.
There's deep mid-wicket, and now a long off. First 10 overs, you're allowed just the two fielders outside the circle. That's the challenge. And that's why he wants to hold Hasaranga back. So when he can spread the field, his variations come into the game a lot more. Because you tend to bowl flat, and that would mean you're not being that wicket-taking option that you like to be. Because a spinner, he needs to deceive the batter in the air. And for some reason, a lot more happier when you have those fielders there as protection.
Russell, you said previous over that you keep Hasaranga back, hold him back. For me, I feel that he should be bowling now. First reason is, of course, this partnership is growing very quickly, and the second is if it becomes wet.
Upish, long off. Oh, he's put it down. The opportunity came. Asita Fernando spills his lollies.
Well, this can happen if you keep your hands in the pocket for too long, because your focus just changes, and this was an easiest of the catches. You cannot afford to drop these dollies. This is a big miss.
Well, Fernando's not beating the drums today. Well, the break did come. Sri Lanka don't help themselves. 65 for none.
Pearl 3D Skin Serum. Vitamin C से मिले lighten and brighter skin. Hyaluronic acid hydrates and replants. Vitamin B3 reduce करे dark spots. Golden Pearl 3D Skin Serum.
What a start Pakistan got in pursuit of 289 runs. These two batters are going great guns. Both the openers finding boundaries consistently. Chamira into the attack, bowling his second over. Oh, the space off the surface is helping Pakistan. Batters out there in the middle. And for Sri Lanka to make a comeback into the game and also scoring rate to plummet, they need to pick up wickets, and in bundle too.
Yeah, good evening Amir, and good evening all. Yeah, the ball's coming on to the bat quite nicely. You could see that it's sliding on, and all what the batters are doing is they're using the pace. Timing is so well.
Loose balls they've pounced on, but any good length areas, they're just deliberately running it down. Oh, he goes hard. They're in with a mission, and so far it's been a very successful mission.
Oh, the margin of error for the bowlers has reduced drastically. It wasn't a bad delivery by any means. He's sighting the ball big. Just fetched the ball from outside the off stump, and off she went. Another boundary scored. Pakistan racing away.
They're setting the tone, aren't they? In the first game, we were critical as to how they approached it. Of course, different surface. But here, they came out very positively from ball one. Sri Lanka didn't help their cause by spraying it around. But now, they've got off to a fly into the 8th over, going at 9+. So even if there is a flutter or a flurry of wickets in the middle, they can afford to kind of take it a little bit easy, play for time. So this opening partnership is turning out to be very, very handy.
Yeah, the asking rate is not challenging at the moment. They can afford to play quietly for a while, but the way these two batters are going, unstoppable they are. There was an opportunity created in the last over when it was spilled by Asitha Fernando. It was an easy catch, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think such catches should be taken. But what Sri Lanka need to tell themselves is the way Pakistan came back in that first game. The openers for Sri Lanka in that first match wouldn't have been as aggressive as this, but they were dominating. They took the Pakistan bowlers on. But then it was wickets that pushed Sri Lanka back. So even here, that should be the strategy. Obviously has to have two new batters, but to do that, you need to first get rid of the set batters.
Well, the best opportunity they got to break this partnership is Wanindu Hasaranga. Can bowl those googlies to the left-handers and can deceive them.
Last ball of the over. Making batting look easy because they're just picking their spots at the moment. Making batting look easy because they're just picking their spots at the moment. They've got 8 in that over, 73 without loss. Those buildings are skyscrapers. They've already built a few skyscrapers in the first 8 overs. Sri Lanka was forced into bowl here. Quite positive that that was not part of his plan. And you spoke about Wanindu Hasaranga. Wanindu Hasaranga naturally is an attacking bowler. And he doesn't really enjoy bowling in the power play. He likes to have a little bit of freedom in terms of his field placing and some protection. But Amir, as an attacking bowler, seeing where Pakistan is, it's a big call he's got to make. He's got to go after wickets anyway.
Well, in trouble, you have to go to your premier bowler. But the name of the game for the bowlers and the fielding side is to pick up wickets. If they aren't coming, you have to resort to your premier bowler, whoever he is, whether it's Wanindu Hasaranga or anybody else. maybe Asita Fernando. Yes, he was all over the shop with the new ball, but you got to bring on your premier ballers to be able to remove this batsman out there in the middle.
Yeah, they're doing it quite easily. And the thing is, it's been risk-free cricket. It's better. It's a very precious dot ball for the Sri Lankan captain. Needs to bring it back, needs to kind of bring in some control, needs a few overs. Oh, this is miscued. Will this be taken? Asita Fernando again, this time. Has it, in fact, Janit Lianage, has he dropped it? Oh, for the second time, for a moment I was unsighted, I wasn't sure. But that body language, that tells you the story.
Yeah, Lianage did well to get underneath that ball, had eyes peeled on it, and once his hands hit the ground, the ball spilled out. Another opportunity went begging.
Dot to end the over. That's a good over for Charita Sri Lanka, 76 without loss. Required rate, which was hovering close to 6 runs and over, little over 5. 5.2 with all wickets in hand. Pakistan sitting very pretty. One more over still left in the power play. So you couldn't have emphasized the fact more about the importance of wickets. That was unnecessary. Fakhar Zaman looking to swing across. Sri Lanka needs wickets at this stage, and they need wickets close to each other and need them quickly.
Yeah, you're right. Sri Lanka needs wicket, and the crowd need to take selfies.
Well, I can tell you what is the best one could use. There you are. Vigo Tell. You couldn't have asked for anything better. That's a selfie moment, I'll tell you. That's a crowd selfie moment with Vigo Tell smartphone. You're spot on, Amir.
Frequent boundaries by these two Pakistani openers, and now they just can sail along. Pressure is off. They can choose some deliveries. They can afford that.
All eyes will be on Manidu when he comes on to bowl, because he's the one Sri Lanka's main ace as a bowler. Who bowled, bounced a bit, left the left-hander, but really didn't carry through to the wicket-keeper.
Yeah, one thing really surprised me when you talk about Sri Lankan strategy with the ball. Yes, both the batters, openers from the Pakistani side are left-handers, and yes, Saima Ayub was picked up by Asita Fernando with that in-swing and delivery. To have both the bowlers bowling similar kind of deliveries, it actually helped. And there was exaggerated movement in the air. They couldn't control it. I was surprised to to see that Chamira wasn't given the new ball. That's in the air and taken this time around. Sri Lanka third time lucky. It looked like picking up wicket, Chamira, and he has.
Finally, they managed to hold on to a catch, as you said, third time lucky. And Saima Ayub, who looked very threatening, looking to go over the top, bit of extra pace. And look at where he's batting. He's quite a few feet down the pitch, looking to force the pace. And hitting close to the splice and caught at mid-off. So that's an important wicket. Saima Ayub out for 33. Pakistan in the 10th over, 77 for 1. What a player he is. Just 31 years, that average. Look at the numbers. 1900s, 37 50s, 53 the average. Strike rate of just under 90, and I hope you can hear the crowd. They're chanting Baba, Baba. That's how popular he is. But this is perfect for Sri Lanka. Why I say that is, it's very likely that Wanidhu Hasaranga will come on at the other end. So he's got a new batter to try and bowl to, so he can try and look to control things a little bit. But first things first. Good length delivery, good pace.
Yeah, some will be critical why Saima Ayub need to do that. But that's how he plays. He likes to live on the edge.
Well, he'll be kicking himself because he looked quite good. He looked well set, and he was good for some runs. Don't think he'll be happy with what he made because he was middling the ball. Last ball with a slip in. Good finish by Dushmantha Chamira. Excellent over. 10 overs done. 77 for 1.
Well, that's how the power play panned out for Pakistan. These are not the highlights. That's what happened in 10 overs. Plenty of boundaries scored. Through the onside, through the offside, aerial shots, few chances for the Pakistani batsmen. Not the right technique. Now he was unlucky. And finally, a relief for Sri Lankans were able to dismiss Saima Ayub.
He's going to continue the off spinner, Asalanka. So which means now Chamira, he's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 14. He's got a bit of breathing spin. Yes. I think he realizes that there is something for him on this surface, so he's bowling himself a little bit more because he's the 5th bowling option.
He created a couple of opportunities. And in the first over, he was trying to dart the ball in, offered a lot of pace to the left-handers, but now he's bowling slower with a bit of loop. Now that's encouraging.
Yeah, you're right, actually. He's bowling slower, searching for something, searching for loop, searching for something off the track. And the the first over, as you've spotted, he was firing it in and bowling short and wide. He's got those fielders closer in the 30-yard circle, but no slip.
Well, let me tell you, Roshan, that was a brave decision to bowl himself on such a track which has freshened up. The ball was coming onto the bat quite nicely, and both the batters going great guns. And to be able to bowl in the power play, yep, it was brave of him.
So far, his figures have been quite respectable. After being went for runs in the first over, he's just conceded 15 into the third. And you're absolutely right, with just 2 fielders outside the circle, not being a frontline bowler. That was fired in by the skipper. He's handy as an off-spin. He comes on and gets you wickets. But I'm not so sure that he's bowled in power plays. So he had to sort of break the rhythm. He had to break. Run, that's the end of the over. 81 for 1. For 1. So I like Shamira continuing into his 4th over because they got a wicket. It's important that they look for a second one. And Baba will be a massive wicket. But as a captain, Amir, just thinking ahead now, they've opened up 1-0. They've got a new batter in. Yes, Asalanka has bowled 3 overs and he's conceded 17 runs, but he's a partner. He's not a frontline bowler. So do you think time for Hasaranga to come on to try and see whether he could look for another wicket, because he's Sri Lanka's best option in terms of wicket taking, or this man should continue?
Well, you have built up a case for Vanendu Hasaranga quite nicely and intelligently. I'm afraid to differ with you.
All right, I'm getting your opinion.
Sure?
Yeah.
You won't be offended.
No, not at all.
No, I think it's time for Vanendu Hasaranga to be introduced. I'm with you. That's in the air. The falls in no man's land. He likes to live dangerously. Fakhar Zaman.
Short delivery. That time not in control. But what about that fielder? For a moment I thought Hasaranga was slightly uncomfortable. He was limping a little bit. I hope nothing serious, the way he ran towards it.
The reason why you need to bring Hasaranga on, because he dismissed Babar Azam with a googly in the previous outing. So pressure will be there.
It's a new batter in. So get your best bowler if you can. Because Sri Lanka needs wickets. They're not going to win by bowling dots.
Yeah, you got to net him early.
So who's your best option? Right, in terms of option, you got a massive option where you can download an app of Fika Free and make sure that you have insurance at your fingertips. So that's the Fika Free moment. Don't forget to download that app and get that insurance now. Get the insurance you need on your fingertips. See, the wicket has given Sri Lanka a semblance of control. Now, the last 30 balls has conceded just 20 runs, and that run rate that was going at 9+ is around 7.
Yeah, it was aforementioned. If you want a run rate to plummet, you have to pick up wickets. Ever since Saim Ayub has been removed, some sort of a semblance for the Sri Lankan captain. We see plenty of dot deliveries being bowled, no boundary conceded. And they have to carry on wrapping up the pressure on Pakistani batters.
Also, Amir, you talk about the dew. So we know what the dew could do to a ball. I mean, with the seam just becoming a bit damp, it's not going to be easy. So the dew hasn't really made its appearance so far by the looks of it. So that's another reason to me to have Wanindu bowling quickly.
Yeah, but plenty of moisture in the air. Also, you could feel that the turf is very cold. So there is moisture, and that's why the pitch has freshened up. There is consistent bounce. It's hitting the bat now. Oh, that one read off the length. Bowl that bouncer with sailing pace. Hit him on the head. Hence, concussion protocols.
Well, it's a good thing. Concussion protocol is always
मैं
good.
हमेशा रेकमेंड करता हूँ शैम्पू प्लस हेयर सीरम का ड्यूल एक्शन। न्यू सेट एंड टच केराटिन शैम्पू बालों के डैमेज सेल्स को रीजनरेट करें। सेट एंड टच केराटिन शैम्पू।
No mistake. It's the end of the over. 84 for 1.
When you're defending a power score, you have to take half chances. That was a simple one, not the right technique. The fingers were pointing towards the ball, and hence it hit the ridge on the hand. And then he did all the hard work, couldn't hold on to that one. Brought disappointment for the coach.
And eventually this was the final. This was the wicket. Sri Lanka holding on to it. But you're right. I mean, you're not defending a massively big score. 288 is an all right score. I still feel Sri Lanka could have got past 300. But they were in positions to do that. So now, on a good surface, we've spoken about it. The ball skidding on, due expected. Even half chances need to be taken. So still, I think the physio is out there, just making sure. I think they change the helmet straight away. That's one of the things they do, and that's a requirement, I believe.
Had to make few adjustments, making sure it's the right size. You don't want, as a batsman, for the grill to move, obscure your vision. Make sure everything in place. Fakhar Zaman is ready.
Right, so now we see Wanindu Hasaranga. This was expected and no surprises. And it's a good move. With Babar Azam on strike, it's a very good move that he's bringing him on.
Great matchup this. Great matchup.
We'll bowl a lot of wrong uns here. He would want to pitch it up a little bit more. He starts off with a slightly shorter delivery, but push through a bit quicker. But when he gets into a nice zone, you'll see the ball coming out quite nicely. That's better. That's more like it.
Yeah, his main weapon is that trajectory he bowls with. That's where he confuses the batsman, whether to play off the front foot or go back. If you're indecisive, he catches you. A bit of turn. That's encouraging for Hasaranga.
And quite early in the piece, he bowls a leg break. Generally, he bowls a lot of wrong uns, the top spinners. That's clever bowling. Now they brought in a slip. So this is good captains. You need to attack. You need to look for wickets, and that turned. That turned a bit. And Sri Lanka is not going to win with bowling by bowling dots. They can build pressure. But what they need, well, I can't overemphasize it anymore. What they need is wickets.
Prashant, steady on. You are getting desperate in the com box.
Not desperate. But that's stating the obvious. But the last 30 balls, this tells you how much Sri Lanka has brought back some control. Is just 12 runs.
Oh, yes.
Only a single. So Vanithu Hasaranga starts off with a good over. 85 for 1.
Wear Your Attitude, Darren Sami by Oscar Ali.
Yeah, Roshan, the control you were alluding to. It happened after Sri Lanka was able to remove Saima Ayub. And boundary is elusive. It's been 34 deliveries now. Since the last boundary was scored by a Pakistani batter. Another bowling change. Madhushan was in the air. Chase from Jamira. Couple of runs for Babar Azam.
Very nearly. Madhushan needs to bowl a good spell here. He went for runs in the first spell, and look at this. Babar Azam just pushing it, playing a bit too early, I thought. Just a touch early. Oh, for a few more inches. At that outstretched hand. Sometimes these stick. The support he can give is to bowl as tight as possible, build the dots.
But bowling to a left-hander has been a challenge for Mouth. He sprayed the ball around, has conceded 22 runs already. And now he has to bowl to Fakhar Zaman.
batters will be happy to see him off. So important you bowl as a unit.
दोनों ही अच्छे बैट्समैन हैं.
So the others have to step up. Asita Fernando, Pramod Madhushan have been quite poor today. Slight inside edge.
मेदील भाई आधे मोबाइल वो चाहो उन्हें कॉल करे ना पे मोबाइल चाहो.
This time the leg spinner slightly tossed up. Inside edge onto the front pad for Babar Azam. On the full. Oh, that is top effort. Really good. I'm sure they'll have a look, but that is a very good effort from the boundary rider. Now, what a breakup of how this game has gone. Pakistan off to a flyer. First 8 overs, 73 for no loss. The next is 7 overs, just the 23 runs and more up. What Pakistan do have in their favour is still the run rate is well over 4 ripped up. What Pakistan do have in their favour is still the run rate is well over 4, required rate 5.5. So they do have the platform.
And it gets easier. You just started to form. And it'll get tougher. It'll slide on. And you'll be able to hit through the line like that. Hundreds on the board for Pakistan. Madhushan searching for swing. That disappeared maybe 13 overs ago.
This is a down the ground. Leans into the shot with his weight, never trying to overhit it.
The change in the run rate and the
15
complexion of the
extra
game.
score.
So the Fernando's been off so far. Usually
Same,
Lanka's
same.
banker do a
Like
job.
subscribe.
Doesn't work like that. You generally have to set batters up. It's a process picking up wickets. There are just moments when you can
with 3 or 4
What
balls
is
and
this?
then bowling that magic delivery? Or are you allowing for a single to a particular batter because you feel the favourable matchup is on the other end? So it's all about sure. But if somebody's got it mastered, it is Hasaranga amongst some of the greatest leg spinners in the modern game going around.
Oh, come on, Uruj, say it, say it.
Well, now I'll say it. Russell Arnold for you. Wow, Windu Hasaranga. One of the best going around, 106 for 1. .106 for 1, plays 81 for 2. Pakistan well ahead.
Well, he's going off the field, one in the Hasaranga. Earlier, I did hear Roshan say that he thought Hasaranga did not move smoothly. I was with him. I also thought he ran across gingerly. And he's also struggled with injuries. Hamstring, groins. So you just tend to wonder whether he's done something there. Just gone for a bit of treatment maybe. Just wondering. But he always makes you feel nervous.
Pakistan will be very happy to see him walk out of the playing field. 3 overs for just the 7 run. Not just Hasaranga's bowling, but also him in the field. Great change up. 1 for the over, signals Faisal Afridi.
Hopefully he gets charged fast and comes out.
Comes out driving smart. It is Inverex EV, Pakistan's smartest hatchback EV, Inverex Zeo. What did you say, Russ?
Charge fast.
What did you say, Russ?
Charge fast. Drive smart. So hopefully he drives out there at the end of the over.
Well, at the moment, he seems like in no hurry, absolutely.
Well, he drives fast, he said.
From Pakistan's point of view, you look at Fakhar Zaman now, hasn't been in the best of forms, but with a couple of chances to his name now, he has got himself in 40 off, 52, 5-4 so far.
अभी बंद करें थोड़ी देर तक
He
चलेगा
must take this opportunity to bat for as long as he can in the game, try and convert into a big score. Hasn't had a ODI 100 in a couple of years now. Babar Azam also has been shy of those three figures in a very long time. Good early call, a good run in the end.
Against the quicks, suddenly he started looking good. Yeah, there you go, easing the back muscle there. Obviously a stiffness will lead through the legs and affect your the back muscle there. Obviously a stiffness will lead through the legs and affect your hamstring. So just make sure that you're nice and loose out there. But after a while came on, he's again looked a little scratchy, but time out in the middle and runs behind you tend to sort out these little issues. So the start gives him, or the extra start of the openers gives him that opportunity to take a bit of a breather. Akazuman.
That's why the Sri Lankan captain, just with a change in tempo of the bowling, Asita Fernando back in, expensive in his first three, went for 30. Again, expensive in his first three, went for 30.
Pearl 3D Skin Serum. Vitamin C simile lighten and brighter skin. Hyaluronic acid hydrates and replants. Vitamin B3 reduce kare dark spots. Golden Pearl 3D Skin Serum.
So Hasaranga still not on the park. And, that forces Asalanka back into the attack. Park. And, that forces Asalanka back into the attack.
Off his bowling to Fakhar Zaman. Hasaranga not on the park. He wants to keep the spin at one end. His innings has been sort of ebbed and flowed in terms of finding the middle of the bat and not. So whether he does still take that attack to the off spinner with the ball turning away, he was dropped at long off on both occasions. Mid on is still up in the ring. So if he's looking to hit the ball straight, that is an option for Fakhar.
Good by Asalanka. His objective should be to try and get through the over for 4 runs, maybe. Not concede that boundary. Get a couple of dots in. He's got a couple here. Now even if he just bowls a delivery, so the batter can hit the deep fielder.